I'm a middle linebacker. I'm just trying to be the best middle linebacker that I can be. I'm enjoying the season. I'm enjoying the culture, even though we're not getting the results that we want to as a team. I think individually, I'm having one of my most productive seasons, and I think it's a large part to the environment that I'm in. I think we have excellent leadership in Kellen Moore. He always talks about tough, together, and joy. I think we'll continue to put toughness, on tape. I think when you look at that goal line stand, that represents a team that's remaining together in the midst of adversity. And then just joy. Like, you could be on a 1-7 team and it's just like, man, how fast can the season be over? But it's continued joy to come in to work every day and find ways to get better. And I think that's reflective of the culture. I can never say enough good things about Coach Staley. And how even in year 14, he's continuing to open my mind up to new things as a defensive player, and I feel like I'm growing. And that's what's lending itself to me having one of my most productive seasons, or especially one of the most productive starts that I've had in my career.
And obviously, you haven't had to have those conversations because you've already expressed to Mickey or whoever that you want to be here.
I have had a blessed career here. It's been, everything I could ask for and imagine in terms of a team. To be on. I've been able to help the team, and this team has helped my career. This city means so much to me and my family, and I think when you're blessed and you understand that, you're grateful for every moment that you have. But at the end of the day, it is a business, and you have to be aware of that. And at the end of the day, my mindset is always control what you can control, and when decisions and stuff like that come up, I think so much of that is outside of our control as players. And so what I'm doing is controlling what I can control, and that's to my attitude and the way that I show up each and every day. And I love where we are right now, though I don't like the situation and the results. I'll continue to say, but I feel like I'm a person that's built for adversity, because when I was in college, one of the signs that was on my locker was you learn a lot about a person and how they win, but you learn all about a person and how they lose. And I think these type of seasons is where your character gets to reflect the most. And if I wasn't here, I wouldn't be having this opportunity. And so that's why I'm grateful to be where I am.
We were just talking to Cam, and he said that this game, a lot of it's going to come down to the secondary, just because of how quickly Stafford gets rid of the ball, and it's not going to be a big night for the defensive line per se. How do you see things?
No, I think it is always everybody. I think that is a big portion of it, just because they can do so much in the passing game with the dynamic weapons that they have. Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, both have been highly productive receivers, and their running backs catching the ball out of the backfield, as well as capable tight ends, and Stafford being a Super Bowl winning quarterback. So they certainly can stretch the field and they can get the ball out quick, but it's always all three levels. They have a tremendous rushing attack, and so that requires the front seven to really be on their P's and Q's. And as our coverage game, gets in those windows, we need to be able to have our front be able to get out to the quarterback.
With the kind of rotation of Stallbird and Stutzman next to you along with Pete, how does that impact your kind of role or responsibility at all, just as a leader in that room?
Man, I love being a leader in the linebacker room. I think in my time with the Saints, I've played beside so many linebackers who've either been high producers or gone on to be high producers. At the time that I came in, I was playing beside AJ Klein, Manti Te'o, Alex Anzalone, and then throughout that tenure, so I've played beside Zack, Baun, who's gone on to have a tremendous career, Kaden, Elliss, who's flourishing, Alex, as I said, who's flourishing. I played by Quan Alexander, who some team need to go snatch him up because I trained with him off season. He's still a baller. So I played with a lot of guys and beside a lot of guys, and I think that's part of my job is to continue to be consistent, that they step into something and able to grow and flourish as a player. Pete has been highly productive in his time here. I think Danny and Isaiah have potential to become really good linebackers in this league. So the only way they're going to get a chance to become that is if they're able to get time on the field. And so I take pride in being consistent and having guys kind of step into those roles beside me, and hopefully they're able to learn how to play the position at a high level and know what it takes. And everybody that has played beside me and have gone on, for the most part, have flourished. And so I take a lot of pride in that. Like you always hear about coaches' trees. It's like the coaches who coached underneath other guys. But look at that linebacker tree. It's pretty extensive. I'd be willing to put that resume up against anybody.
What have you been seeing in Matt Stafford, his 17th year now in the league?
What does time have to do with quarterbacks? It's not like, nobody's ever been like, man, he's moving slower. Like, there's no gauge for quarterbacks to do that. At this point, he's moving so proficient. What can't you say about Matt Stafford? He's getting the ball out in under 2.8 seconds or something like that, other than 10 throws over the last 7 games. He's been sacked 10 times in the last 7-8 games. That's not a high clip. He hasn't turned over the ball. He's playing really good football. So it's got to be on us to try and force him to throw some errors.
What have you made of Chase's play since he returned from?
Man, I think he's rapidly understanding where we need him to be. I think, of course, we've always known he can get around the corner. He's closing plays now. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see close. You want to see closing plays. He's making that, and I think we're slowly getting an uptick about his awareness of what he needs to be every down instead of, when he wants to.
How about the strip sack that he had? He talked about kind of the fundamental part of like scraping down the body and everything.
Absolutely.
How many little nuances like that?
And the next series, he almost had the same situation happen again. Yeah. It's that. It's him paying attention to the details. Again, knowing where he's at on the field and knowing what he can do. We saw, early on he had an advantage over offensive linemen, which I think I called that weeks ago. I said, it's got to be on the defensive line. If we're going to have success, it's got to be on us, and Chase is going to be a huge part of it.
Have you noticed that kind of fight be consistent even with the record?
Yeah, the fight's been there regardless. You knew that early on. When the team didn't fold against Seattle, you knew you got fighters on the team. At the same time, if you're not winning, nobody cares about how much you're fighting.
Halloween candy?
I can't call it Halloween candy. It's the candy I enjoy year round. I'm gonna enjoy. Do they make gobstoppers anymore? I haven't seen that in a couple years. I used to live and die by gobstoppers in high school. I like a good Twix, preferably frozen. When it comes to snacks, I don't have Halloween candy. I despise people that like the candy corns because I'm like, you don't really like candy, you just like sugar. Just say that. There's no flavor to that. It's like people that like black licorice. Like, you're just European. Like, that's fine.
Are you handing out frozen Twix ice cream?
Jesus, no. Absolutely not. I'm handing out no candy because what I don't want parents to see is a 6'4" defensive end opening the door like Igor over here. Like, yeah, I'll give you some candy. No, it's creepy. Leave a bowl right in the front. Take 2, or whenever the bowl's gone, that's when it's done.
Medical report. Okay, 3 questionables. Alvin with the ankle, Rashid with the hip, and then Alante with the shoulder. I feel like those 3 are trending well, though. Just get through the finishing part of these weeks. And then Devin Neal is good to go. Juwan's good to go. Chris is good to go. And Gotchow's good to go. So there's your medical, and we should be good to go.
And Alvin spoke yesterday about the importance of, or not the importance, but also the difference in cadence from quarterback to quarterback and everything. How do you work on that with quarterbacks
You try and keep them as similar as possible. I think our guys do a really good job of working hard on that, it's all fairly consistent. Naturally, everyone's voice has a little bit of different inflection and so there's a little bit of differences. The guys just got to get used to it, especially for like those guys like Alvin, some of the guys who, really just live in the, starters world. They don't spend as much time in the other spaces. And so, I think Tyler's done a nice job with it. There's a lot of little things like that, the way you communicate in the huddle, all those little nuances that are important for the whole operation.
Kellen, obviously, you guys, new staff here, you're building everything up. Like that 1 and 7 at this point. Like, do you have anything you want to like say to the fans about just like what you're building here and where you're going?
Yeah. Obviously, the goal is always to win games, and you can be really, really close, and ultimately we haven't won enough as we've gone through this process. I feel like the thing that I love and appreciate is our guys battle each and every week. They put their best foot forward. We're in a lot of these games, and so I feel like there's growth. You can feel it each and every week. I think our guys are getting better and better, and so it's just a matter of time before our guys play those complete games, the complimentary football. I've loved the energy our team has brought each and every week, and I think if you do that, and you trust the process, and you just keep focusing on the process and doing it the right way, the good things happen, as you go.